在丧尸病毒爆发的末世，一架喷气机冒着白烟掠过了连绵的山脉，顺利的降落在了附近的山谷中。他们正是打算前往法国的卡罗尔和阿什，因为油箱出了一些问题，二人不得不被迫降落进行维修。就在阿什拿着工具箱准备检查燃油管的时候，卡罗尔注意到了有3只丧尸正朝着他们走来，想来应该是降落的时候发出的动静吸引了他们。卡妈直接让阿什去修理飞机，而他则去处理那几个丧尸。走近才发现，这里的丧尸身上都长满了苔藓，而且穿着厚重，所以行动起来才会如此缓慢。卡罗尔抬起弩箭瞄准，一箭就洞穿了中间丧尸的脑袋。眼看还有最后一只，他不紧不慢地重新装填了箭矢。就在他刚要瞄准的时候，不料脚下竟钻出了一只丧尸，直接将其绊倒在地。惊吓过后，他快速冷静了下来，然后掏出匕首准备捅上去，不曾想头顶又钻出一只，还抓住了他拿刀的手臂。阿什听到求救，赶忙支援了过来，一扳手便放倒了拉扯卡罗尔的丧尸。不等他稳住身形，又是一只丧尸朝他扑来。突然一声枪响，丧尸应声倒地。二人发懵地朝着山谷上方看去，只见坡上出现了2个女人，其中一个还朝着他们挥手打招呼。不多时，4人便聚在了一起，双方都做了简单的自我介绍。走在前面的女人名叫汉娜，也是刚刚开枪击杀丧尸的人，而另一个女人叫尤恩。她解释刚刚是因为听到了飞机轰鸣声，所以才顺着声音找了过去，没想到真的有人降落在了这里。她还告诉2人，这里的丧尸大部分都埋在地下，因为休眠期导致他们的身体长满了苔藓和植被，不谨慎观察的话很难发现他们。说着，他还问出了心中的疑问，询问他们为什么会开着飞机来到这里。要知道他们已经很多年没有见过其他幸存者了。阿什则表示是因为飞机的燃油管出现了泄漏，不然他们也不会紧急迫降在了这里。
Think you can fix it?
Yeah, it's nothing but a patch-up job. Shouldn't be too hard if I can find the right supplies.
I'm sure we've got something you'll be able to use. There.
20分钟后，他们带着卡罗尔2人回到了营地。一进屋，2个女人就热情地招呼他们随便坐。
Smells good. What do you have cooking? Just our specialty. Reindeer.
看到锅里炖的是一整个头骨，这给他俩看的多少有些不适，毕竟他们美国人是从来不吃内脏的。这时尤恩表示仓库就在隔壁，让阿什跟他去看看有没有什么需要的零件。
Great. Let's go have a look.
等2人出去后，屋里就剩下了卡罗尔和汉娜。汉娜表现得很是热情，她让卡妈随意一些，不要太拘束。卡罗尔听她这么讲，也就放下了弩箭，而汉娜则是自顾自地拿了2个杯子，热情地邀请他喝一杯自酿的酒水。卡罗尔礼貌地表示等一会儿再品尝，然后一边打量着旁边的储物柜，一边询问他们怎么会来到这里。汉娜放下了杯子，然后表示他们都是研究气候的博士生，来这个营地是为了监测冰川融化的情况。本来计划是3个月，没想到世界爆发了丧尸病毒，所以他和尤恩就被困在了这里。
Maybe the world is trying to heal itself.
By killing everyone we love?
Weren't we already doing that to ourselves? Poisoning the earth? One species, to serve its bottomless appetite, devours all the others.
You're saying we deserve this?
To be like his mother nature fighting back. Never screw with somebody's mother.
对于汉娜所讲的观点，卡罗尔都不知道该怎么回答了。好在这时阿什他们回来了，还带回来一卷铝箔胶带。
Why don't you go ahead and I'll be along with some food you two can take with you?
You want some help?
Sure.
俩人对视了一眼，虽然彼此都感觉到有些奇怪，但对方也没有表现出什么不友好，只能相互递个眼神，示意小心一些。看着2人离开了房间，卡罗尔表示自己想小酌一杯，汉娜也是欣然同意。出来的俩人一边朝着降落地赶去，一边聊着天。尤恩询问他们飞往法国的目的，阿什便将卡罗尔寻找女儿的希望说了出来，同时也表示这趟很大可能会白跑一趟，因为末世都这么多年了，孩子能活下来的几率实在是渺茫。可即便有着1/1000的几率，他们还是来到了这里。尤恩明显被阿什的这番话所感动，沉默了片刻后便询问他有没有孩子。阿什表示自己有个儿子，接着露出了悲伤的情绪。尤恩见状便放下了枪，然后抱向了他。营地的2个女人还在喝着酒，她俩一边喝着一边开始了闲聊。
So what else do you put in your broth to season it up?
Carrots. Potatoes. Mind?
Not if you're careful.
汉娜一听，直接起身将弩箭拿到了手上，然后放到身前，下一秒更是把刚刚把玩过的箭矢也填装了进去。看到这一幕，卡罗尔眉头紧皱，心里隐隐有了不好的预感。
Onions?
You sure you want to do that?
Doesn't make you nervous?
接着，汉娜将上了弦的弩箭拿上了桌子。卡罗尔暗道不妙，连忙不动声色地将桌子上的钢笔攥在了手里。接着，他就看到弩箭缓缓地对准了自己，汉娜的表情也变了。
You know, my mom and dad taught me never to point a weapon at anyone.
I'm supposed to kill you. I don't want to, though. But I lost the coin toss.
I mean, your friend won the coin toss? And she's supposed to kill Ash?
Kill him? No. No.
与此同时，阿什还在给燃料管粘贴着胶带，尤恩就站在一旁盯着他。这时他突然问向阿什，有没有想过再次拥有一些孩子？这给阿什听乐了，他还以为这姑娘在开玩笑，可当他看向尤恩时，才发现对方正一脸正经地等着他回答。于是阿什收敛了笑容，含蓄地表示现如今的世界并不适合新生命。
What if everyone felt that way? Humans would die out like we were never here. That's what Hannah wants, for civilization to end.
这给阿什听得纳闷不已，他不明白尤恩这话是什么意思。接着尤恩告诉他，他的观点和汉娜不同，他认为人类文明应该保存并延续下去。说着当即表示想要阿什帮助他。
How?
By letting nature take its course, silly. The same way it's always been done. Over generations.
阿什还以为自己听错了，这女人居然缠他的身子，不敢置信的他再三确认。
Not serious.
We've done all the calculations. 1,000 years out. First me, then Hannah. We've even picked out baby names.
阿什人都傻了，自己飞了上千公里，一落地居然能遇到这种事，随即开始委婉的拒绝，让他可以去找别人尝试。可尤恩一听，直接就变了脸，然后面无表情的表示这里已经没有其他人了。阿什头都大了，他不想再跟尤恩讨论这个问题，于是便打算回去。不料尤恩直接拿起枪来对准他。
Get about Carol. Hannah's going to kill her.
而营地的俩人还在对峙着，无论卡罗尔说什么，汉娜始终都不肯放下弩箭。无奈的他只能询问汉娜：既然你不想杀人，为什么非要顺从尤恩的期望？汉娜则表示自己一直以来都是听从尤恩安排的。
What about you? What do you want?
I don't know.
Think about it. No, you must want something.
I do. I want to get out of this place. It's killing me.
You could come with us.
No. You're just saying that to save your life.
I'm offering you an opportunity to save yours. How often does a plane land outside of the shithole?
Ian, you will never leave. And I can't leave Ian.
You can do whatever you want to. Go find Ash, we fix the plane, and we leave.
就当汉娜有些心动的时候，尤恩赶了回来，见到卡罗尔还活着，便询问汉娜为什么还不动手。
I'm getting around to it.
Where's Ash?
At the plane, he's fine. What are you waiting for, Hannah?
Can you give me a minute?
Apparently not.
You could have listened to her.
Shut up!
I did my part, Hannah. You do yours. Do it. Do what I goddamn tell you. I do it myself.
这一下俩人都没有预料到，就连汉娜自己也是情急之下动的手。缓过来的他对卡罗尔说道
Right?
You had no choice.
Will you still take me with you?
Of course we will.
：1小时后，天色渐渐暗了下来，周围升起了大雾。卡罗尔和汉娜达成了协议，准备带他一起离开。兴奋的汉娜一路都在畅想着未来。现在尤恩已经死了，他也不用听任何人的安排。很快，二人便来到了降落地，看到飞机静静地停在草地上，也不知阿什怎么样了。
You know, this is the first time in years I've thought about the future. And all the French I learned in grade school, I finally get to use it.
就在他展望新生的时候，不料下一秒，卡罗尔都傻眼了。他朝前看去， 只见阿什正举着信号枪站在飞机旁，变故发生的太快了，信号弹洞穿了汉娜的脖子，她挣扎了没2下便停止了呼吸。卡罗尔见状也只能暗自叹息一声。
She was gonna kill you.
Yeah,
I had to do it.
no, you did.
Help me out of this, will you? We have to get going.
这是阿什第一次杀人，所以到现在还心有余悸。等卡罗尔将手铐打开后，他们启动了飞机，离开了那个山谷。在飞机上，俩人都默契的没有谈论刚刚的事情。虽然汉娜的死是个误会，但卡罗尔知道这是阿什第一次杀人，所以也就没有讲出事情经过，免得阿什内疚。经过这个意外后，二人继续朝着法国飞去。